today we'll be looking at SixEyedBear and seeing what her channel's about. Let me see. We got it pulled up right here. We are good to go. Yep, that's the channel. I've got notes pulled up. Fantastic. All right. Let's turn this music down a little bit. Actually, it's just louder on my end, but let me still turn it down slightly. I was blasting the music last night while I was getting some stuff done. There we go. Awesome. Okay. So let's take a look at SixEyedBear's channel. And so before I do one of these reviews, I always like to ask the creator a standard set of questions where we look at some context and history of the channel, so I can get a better idea about what's going on with it and what the creator's intent might be. It helps me kind of get that context, so while we look at the stream, we can look for specific things, especially if they're things that the creator specifically wants me to kind of pay attention to or comment on and provide feedback for. And so in this case, I had SixEyedBear fill out one of these forms, and let's just kind of dive into it and see what we can get from it. Cool. All right. So I ask, how long have you been streaming? Which is always the first question. And SixEyedBear, who I shall refer to as Six for the rest of the stream, Six says 7 to 8 years. I then ask, or rather state, please describe your channel and what kind of content do you produce. Six says variety streamer, co-op, and role-playing games. Okay. Cool. I then say, well, what's your streaming schedule? This one is always a crucial question. In this case, playing by ear at the moment with work. Okay, so that means there isn't a schedule, and we could talk about the greater way of addressing that when you yourself may not have a schedule that's dependable. So that's actually a subject we haven't talked about much yet on these reviews, and I'd be glad to dive into that. What would you like to get out of the review? Six says, opinions of how I can improve and grow my community. Encourage others to also participate in your reviews. Oh, well, thank you, Six. I appreciate that. Participation so far has certainly been solid, though on occasion I've had to really work to getting people involved the day before a scheduled stream. But you know, we've been doing well so far. Okay. What particular things do you want looked at, or questions do you have? Behavior, Discord, and overall page layout. Okay, well, we could look at Discord. We haven't done much of that either today, so that might be like that might be good. Actually, we haven't been able to do much of that in these streams. And then, do you have any specific questions you'd like answered? Six says none at the moment. You've been quick to address any as they come up. Okay, great. So we have a longtime creator who is looking for some feedback. I guess we'll dive in. And if you're brand new to this sort of thing, what we ordinarily do is we review the channel by pulling up the page, and then we do a quick review of how they've filled out different aspects of the page, whether it's the about section, the panels below, the schedule, and then we then dive into a VOD where we scrub through a recent stream and identify all the things that we see in terms of practice, as well as how they engage their viewers and everything in between. And so that's kind of the format we're looking at. And then we take questions throughout the whole thing. And then if there is time at the end, we generally maybe pick a topic or two to dive a little bit deeper on. And then we wrap it up for the day after that. So let's get started by looking at Six's channel. And like I said, we kind of pull it up and go over the visual here. So let's see, and actually let me do a quick shout out for SixEyedBear. Also, if you're watching live and on PC, you can actually hover over the video player, and there's some follow buttons there. All right. So let us take a look. So I have Six's page pulled up right here. Let's go down the list. I keep a list in these notes to kind of help me remember everything that I ordinarily want to look at under channel design. So the first thing I'd like to look at, I kind of start top to bottom. The first thing I have on my list is trailer. So I always look for a trailer. So far, it looks like these are recent streams. So no trailer. One thing I would like to stress for those of you that aren't as familiar with how these carousels work, these carousels actually will generally highlight the most recent thing on your page, and that includes more than broadcasts. So if you highlighted a video or uploaded a video, I do believe it populates here as the first thing that viewer will see if there's no trailer. So in this case, it looks like a highlight and a recent video. There's no trailer. Often people don't have trailers, and it's a relatively new thing that Twitch has introduced to help creators give viewers a better idea of what their community and their channel are about. But I've often noticed not a lot of people have trailers, and so what I recommend here for Six is that you take a little time. The trailer can only be 60 seconds. It can't be any more than that. So if you're feeling pretty good about not having to do a whole lot, you at the very least what you can do is film roughly for 60 seconds, editing out anything you don't want in there, but filming yourself talking to the camera, describing who you are, welcoming people to the channel, what you tend to normally stream or create in terms of content, and then when they can catch you. That's the bare minimum. Ideally, what would happen is that you also add some clips or highlights that you really enjoy that give the viewer an idea of what to expect. And I think that's a nice little way to welcome people to your stream, welcome them to your channel. Often, if someone's browsing and maybe you link them to your channel, or they stumble upon it another way and you're offline, that's the first thing they see. You might have seen it already if you haven't yet created a trailer. It's like a 60-second trailer that DJ Wheat made explaining how a trailer is made, and so he covers some really good points in there, mostly the same things where he says who you are, what you're about, clips if you got them, and then when they can find you live on the channel. So trailer. make them. And out of 12 people I've reviewed, only 2 have really had a trailer. I think since then, I think a few more have added it, and I think most everyone has remarked that they're going to at least, you know, add one soon. So highly recommend getting on that. I wouldn't put it at the top of the priorities of things that you may want to do with the channel to improve it, but it's certainly on the list, and it's certainly something that requires some effort, and you know, hopefully it's low impact in terms of effort for you, but high impact in terms of you know, how people feel when they look at your channel. All right, so I am looking at the banner next, and it's kind of hard to tell what's going on here. I mean, it's nice that you see, looks like the woods. I see social media icons here, and I guess I can assume that they match your page handle, but there's no real indicator here of what these are. And of course, since this is a banner, you can't click on anything to look at it. I'm gonna unsmush some oh wait, no, it's hosting me. What? It's hosting me. I hear myself. What? There we go. So I see some words up here. So this looks like I like the style of the banner. I like the art of the banner, but it's kind of hard to see what's going on with this because of the way it's cut off. Like if I full screen. So what I would do is, if there are words up here, I imagine this is the title, SixEyedBear, which is up here. You'll want to shrink that down enough to where it's visible, and probably what you'll end up probably doing, if you want to keep a similar format to what you've got, is I would make it such that the title is in the upper corner and a lot smaller, so it can be read, or you could center it. Assuming and optimizing for a 1080p screen, that's usually your best bet with these banners. But yeah, I would shrink the SixEyedBear title. I would put it at the top, either left or centered. And then this stuff would probably make a lot more sense once you see the username next to it, which is the Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter icons. I can only guess that's what this is saying, is like, hey, SixEyedBear, and same name on all social medias. But yeah, I often talk about this with the profile banner. You have to account for the midsection of this, the center, to be really unusable real estate for the most part, because this carousel on PC, or basically any normal browser, will be, you won't see anything here because of the video carousel. And so if you're gonna put anything, your best bet is either left, right, or top, but not a lot. Although Wochi TV, who I reviewed not too long ago, actually designed exactly for this layout on a 1080p screen, and it looks fantastic. So there you go. Let's look at the profile picture. So this appears to be what? Okay, this appears to be the your logo, which is indeed SixEyedBear. So the username checks out. Username checks out for sure. I like it. It's cute. It's kind of got a cutesy feel to it, but a little creepy because it's a bear with 6 eyes. So I'm totally down for that. And Six, if you're here, let me know. Otherwise, we can discuss this afterwards after you watch the VOD. Well, let's see. So that looks good. Normally, what I recommend to most people is a logo of some kind, a logo, a mascot. Usually what lands best, especially if you have a camera and all that good stuff. I always recommend maybe a face if you're comfortable with that, but something that helps a viewer identify and associate an image with you and your channel and content. So that's excellent. Let's take a quick look at the home section of this page. Recent broadcasts show that Six has been active. Last stream has been about 5 days ago, but this is good. Normally they're, as long as someone's active, you see all their recent broadcasts unless they're deleted. If we look at the categories, so Six mentioned that they're variety stream, but it looks like we've got the Bunker, Phasmophobia, Jackbox Party Pack. So this looks like multiplayer games from what I can see in Phasmophobia and Jackbox Party Packs, which are fantastic games. I see that in recent streams, it's Jackbox 7, Party Packs, Phasmophobia, which is great. And then, of course, suggested streamers, which this streamer can populate with fellow streamers that they would like to share. This is good. It's populated. Looks like a pretty standard Twitch page so far. Let's dive into the About section. All right, cool. And for those of you just joining us, welcome. My name's Amor. We're doing some stream reviews. We're looking at SixEyedBear's channel today, discussing the things that are working and can use improvement. And I'm always glad to answer questions as time goes on. So if you guys have thoughts, questions, comments, let's discuss it, because these stream reviews always certainly mean a lot more when others have thoughts too. All right, so let's take a look at the About section. So, about SixEyedBear. A chill and spoopy place to hang out. I'm currently playing Grounded as it develops. My primary focus is to build a community and make friends. Okay, very welcoming. Very simple and to the point, which is fantastic. I would say this line about Grounded may not be applicable. I'm kind of curious to see if Grounded has been played recently. So I see Among Us, oh, there's Grounded. The last time Grounded was played, though, on stream was, at least according to the broadcast list. Let me pop this open. Filter by past broadcasts. Jackbox, yeah? Jackbox, Phasmophobia, The Bunker. What's this? This is that Grounded stream from 20 days ago. So it's been almost three weeks since Grounded. Although, okay, I see here we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there's 7 streams. There's 7 streams here of Grounded. But that was almost 3 months ago, or 2 months ago. Sorry, 2 months ago. I'm mistaken. So minor detail, but I would leave out this part. Currently playing Grounded. You know, if you're to speak to games that you're streaming, you could say, you know, I'm variety. Or if you feel like talking more about, you know, the games that you're playing lately. The key to this description is if you're going to call out specific games, make sure that you keep it somewhat up to date. because it's been really 3 weeks since you last played Grounded, and almost 2 months beforehand when you really played it regularly. I see a lot of Jackbox, some Among Us, some Phasmophobia. So I would leave out this part, or I would say, I play a bunch of other games. Now, one thing I've noticed a lot of people have been putting in there about are very similar, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what I've found is that you want to have an about that is a bit memorable or stands out, right? And a lot of people say similar things about their stream. They usually say it's chill, it's relaxed, things like that, which is, it's normally fine. Also, I want to build a community and make friends. Those are all great things, and I don't disagree, because I feel the same way. I think those are fantastic things. As someone who's a chill variety streamer myself, I agree. But what I would venture to suggest here is you can leave those descriptions alone. But what I would do is add how, right? Like how would you like to build a community and make friends? What do you do that makes your stream chill? And how are you any different than every other streamer who wants to do similar things? And for that, I don't have the exact answer yet, maybe because I'd like to dive more into your content. But think about, like, there's nothing wrong with saying what you're doing here, but talk about how will you build that community? How do you want to make friends? Or more information in terms of, like, what you're looking for in a community and those friends. So that would be ideal there. Let's click them social links though to see if they work. Twitter looks good. Oh, hold on. Okay. So Twitter profile looks out of date, so you'll want to update that. I believe I've seen you on, we're on Twitter. I found you. There we go. So in your link, you'll want to update that. I found your actual page, so that's good. And then we got a Facebook. This looks like a creator page. We can talk about those things. Okay, let's do a quick assessment of the Twitter. So we got retweets. I see a going live, or like rather a link to the channel where you're playing Jackbox Party Pack 7. That looks like it was almost a week ago when it came out on that Friday, I believe. So here's something I'm seeing. I'm seeing more going live tweets. There's a promoted tweet. Some memes, which are good. More going live tweets. So what I'm seeing are several retweets, but then a line of going lives in a couple memes in there. What I recommend, and I say this often, is and as you probably well know, most people will want to see more on the Twitter timeline if they want to follow, especially if they go through the flow of like hanging out in your stream, thinking, hey, this is really, I really enjoy this creator. I want to follow them on Twitter. Then they look at the page and they find that it's mostly going live tweets, at least for this, and I totally get it. I want to look at, I'm looking at dates now. So we got a retweet from the other day. This retweet as well. So timing between your tweets are maybe a day or so in between some of them, 2 days in some cases. So the thing to note here is that, you know, if someone's browsing your page and they're like, oh yeah, I'd love to learn more about SixEyedBear's content, but it's mostly going live tweets, I think honestly a lot of people aren't going to want, you know, to see that. It's good that you got some retweets in here. I see a couple memes. What I also recommend is, you know, if you end up posting a lot of going live tweets, in some cases it's almost better to delete them after you're done with the stream if there is no real engagement with them, right? So like if you know, you post and no one likes or retweets it, I recommend just deleting them, mostly because I would rather take good, unique, quality Twitter posts than a bunch of, like, you know, a bunch of going lives. And I think a couple times you've done, so you promote a future stream here with this image. See, this sort of thing's awesome. I like this. This seems like a special stream, and definitely, like, I'm all about promoting special streams too. Looks like you promoted it twice, and then the actual... See, here's the thing though, the going live tweet is just the preview card for the channel. This is where it'd be really cool to have either another image similar to the one that you posted to promote it, or a clip or something from the game, or even, you know, you've posted memes, like a GIF of some kind. So keep that in mind when you're posting to social media. But I'm sure you know that already. Let's take a quick look at Facebook. Facebook's probably, let's see. I wish Facebook had a dark mode here. Maybe it does, and I'm just not logged in, but oh, cool. So were you okay? Was this this looks like maybe a restream, or maybe I wonder if this was the same stream as the other night. Was this the same stream as the other night? October 16th. Wait. Let me look at this. Was this a restream? The 16th was 4 days ago, right? That would be this one. This video is a different length. So this tells me perhaps you streamed to both at different times, maybe? That's gonna be my guess, because the video lengths look different. Unless one's a highlight of the other, or like an edited down version. So that's cool. This is cool that you've got content on your Facebook as well. Good. You're posting the content. I'm seeing promotion of other channels, which is cool. Helping your friends out. That's nice. Very cool stuff. Yeah, it looks like there's separate streams perhaps going on. I can't quite tell. I can't quite tell. In either case, it's certainly good. I don't know if a lot of people know the rules on affiliates. If you're an affiliate for Twitch, the gist of it is essentially you can't restream, or you can't stream simultaneously to Twitch and another platform if you're an affiliate. I don't think that's what's going on here, but I'm just putting that out there. Make sure if you're an affiliate, especially if you're a partner, you can't stream to multiple platforms at once. However, you can record, or not record. You could take the VOD from a Twitch stream and post it to or upload it to other video platforms 24 hours after you've produced the content. There's essentially an exclusivity piece to your affiliate agreement that says if you do broadcast on Twitch, you cannot repost it to anything for at least 24 hours. But then you're welcome to after that. So, what does that mean? That means if you want to like archive VODs from Twitch, you can download them immediately after your stream, but you can't upload and publish them until 24 hours after the stream. So that's just information. I don't know if everyone knows that, but I would say on the subject of restreaming, if that's a thing that you're interested in, I think people like, especially when you're brand new, restreaming is always nice as you feel out the platforms. If you haven't yet decided where you really want all your content to be to begin with, restreaming is fantastic. You can stream to multiple platforms: YouTube, Twitch, Facebook Gaming, all at the same time. I believe Streamlabs OBS actually allows such a thing to happen now, which is pretty useful. But again, if you're an affiliate on Twitch, there are some restrictions there. So just make sure if you are an affiliate or partner that you're abiding by their terms of service. All right, cool. Let's look at panels. Or actually, wait. Yeah, let's look at panels. That would be useful here. So let's see. So the design is fairly straightforward. This looks familiar. I think I've seen icons like this out there before. Using resources to build out your panels is always useful. I was hoping to see something in the line with your profile banner, because it looks so cool. Something similar to match that style. So in terms of notes, maybe consider making your panels better match up with the graphics on your stream. Let's take a quick look, read the about me. Welcome to my channel. I'm the SixEyedBear. I'm a social media and community manager with a passion for video games. I recently returned from a hiatus from streaming and formerly known as Monster Mochi. I look forward to gaming with you all and hope you enjoy my channel. All graphics for overlays, buttons, and notifications by visuals by Impulse. Oh, I see. Are by these different groups. So visuals by Impulse, Nerd or Die, Vecteezy, and FreePick. Awesome. I personally use a lot of the if people are looking for it, I personally use a lot of stuff from Nerd or Die. You're seeing this kind of Halloween-y theme on my channel. That's totally Nerd or Die, and that was actually like just a free pack. That was just like something that they supplied for anyone. So it's really easy to get assets for your channel. I like the call out here. I like the about me. That's nice. And then kind of along the lines of what I was talking about earlier with the with your about panel up here, like the official about section. Just maybe touch on why, or not why, but like how. Why is also good, but like how are you going to do these things You know, why are these things important to you? See, rules. Looks good. Respect all others, their viewpoints and their lifestyles. If they're causing no harm to others, you may disagree, but you may not be rude. Great. Respect the admins. This is great. You see this sometimes. A lot of people have rules panel on their stream. Always good to have one of those. What I always recommend is if you are, I'm gonna click chat here. So, do these match? So the first time you click on someone's rules for their chat, their rules pop up, and I always like to check if I can. And normally what you would see in the rules in the chat should be a more summarized and succinct version of what's in the normal panel. This looks perfect, so that's good. The best thing about having a rules panel is you should already have those written, and it kind of helps you guide the content in terms of like what you're allowing chat to say and not say, or rather, you know, provide good guidelines is the best way to put it, you know. And I like yours, so that's good. Let's see, we got Facebook, we got Twitter. Let's see, so that one, both of the Twitter links are out of date. This one should be good. Cool. So that Facebook, we have a schedule. At the moment, I'm doing more of a freeform approach to streaming. So that's actually fine. I think that's totally cool that you have a schedule panel and you kind of address the concern of, hey, like, I don't see a schedule. What I would do here, this is an opportunity to tell potential viewers or followers to turn on notifications. I realize that it's probably hard to have a good schedule right now. You know, you may be at a place where it's just too difficult to have a regularly scheduled stream. But what I would do in this section is say, you know, I'm doing a freeform approach to streaming, but please turn on notifications so you can see when I'm online next. And make sure you follow me on socials, right? So something that also feeds those other ways that you communicate with your community. Certainly, there was a time where I couldn't have a really regular schedule, and I tried really hard to lean on, you know, notifications. You know, anytime it came up during the stream, I'd be like, oh, hey, if you follow, just turn those on, because I'm not on a regular schedule. And if you even have like a rough like idea of when you'll be live, just say, you know, I may be on these days, to kind of just help people find your stream. All right. Links look good, panels look good. I'm gonna click on the schedule here, although I know what to expect. All right, videos. We got recent broadcasts, highlights and uploads, popular clips. I see a grounded collection. This is awesome. There's one video though. Fall Guys. Okay, cool. So actually, what's really cool that Six does here is something that I've pointed out to various channels, is that on the video page, you can actually customize this by adding collections, which are essentially playlists. You could put together a playlist of different highlights, VODs, from recent broadcasts or uploads. I highly recommend taking advantage of this feature if there's content you want to surface to the front. The only thing that would happen though is if you create a collection out of recent broadcasts, those will eventually fall off. They'll eventually go away because Twitch only keeps them for, I believe, 60 days. And so what you'll want to do is, if you do want to make a playlist that's kind of a long-term playlist, make it out of highlights or uploaded videos. But this is good, and actually, if you're not familiar with this as a streamer, you can change the order of these lists, say, in any way. If it's a collection you've added, you could always remove it too. However, I think it's like all videos, popular clips, recent highlights, uploads, and recent broadcasts. Those are all just part of it. Hey, Capt Oz, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. We are currently talking about Six's Twitch channel, offering some feedback and pointers on what we could do. And actually, we're about ready to move on into diving into a VOD. So what we'll do is we'll look at VODs. We'll watch a stream and we'll scrub through it, and I'll provide commentary based on the production value of it, the scene composition, as well as engagement factors. So I see that we have like Jackbox 7, we've got Phasmophobia. So we could take a look at a couple different streams. How am I doing? Capt Oz, I am doing really good. I hope you're doing well this fine morning, or whatever time of day it might be. I'm doing pretty good. We've been doing these stream reviews every morning, where I take a look at a fellow streamer's channel who's kind of submitted they've submitted their channel to me to take a look at, and I just provide them with tips and pointers on how to improve things. So actually, really quick, let's see. I don't see box art for this game. What game is it supposed to be? Oh, I'm gonna click on the title and pause. So it looks like no game was set here. That's very cool of me. Well, thank you. It's just it's a bit of an experiment that I'm trying to see if there's value in providing feedback for other people. So these two don't have game category set. This is a very minor thing, but I would point out that you want to change the category when you go into a stream. And I believe Jackbox, they did a thing where they consolidated all their games. I want to say that Jackbox Party Packs. So you do have it tagged in a separate video. Jackbox Party Packs is now the category in which they, I think, prefer you to stream under. You've seen one other person do this, but very briefly. Will be interesting to see what you make of other people's streams. Oh, yeah, thanks. You know, I have a playlist or a collection on this channel of previous ones we've done. This is actually the 12th one we've done. This is number 12. I think this is episode 9. There's been a couple episodes where we've done 2, and I found that doing 2 it's nice in terms of the amount of stuff that like you look at, but you have to cram a lot more in that time. And so I've been trying to actually see if a one review per 2-hour block makes more sense. So far, so good. So far, so good. So what I would say here, just remember to set your category correctly. Actually, also, what you can do, because this is a VOD, you can update the category for it. And what's really interesting is you can change it just after the fact. So if you did a stream and it was completely the wrong game, which I have done, I have totally done that. I've gone back and tagged it to the appropriate game. That kind of helps. One, that helps people understand, okay, this is what they were really streaming, even though they have a thumbnail there, even though there's a thumbnail. But also, it also gets fed into some sort of algorithm when a viewer is looking at videos, they can sometimes find you through looking at recent videos of a given category. So in this case, Jackbox Party Pack. So that's the easy part. I'm trying to remember how this works for multiple games, right? Because in... Oh, I see. Did you try entering Jackbox Party Pack 7 and it just didn't accept it? Maybe that's the problem. So, anytime you switch categories midstream, the VOD, they've been doing this recently. Actually, it's been a while, but they do what's called a chapter select, so you can jump to when the category was changed. Which is kind of neat. I have a few streams like that where I've just... Yeah, there's chapters here. So there's this grounded stream. There's this grounded stream that Six did, like... What's it look like? 20 days ago. And it started as grounded, and then they went just chatting for about 7 minutes. And then went right back to grounded. So that works out. It is a pretty cool feature. So let's jump over. Let's start with the most recent. We're gonna start scrubbing through these videos, and just so we can see what we could find to see what Six does right. I also look at some very specific things. I like to look at the beginning. Mastani, good morning. Hello, welcome. I like to start with the beginning, and then kind of scrub through, and then make sure we look at the end. So this one looks like a little bit of a different format, mainly because they're doing a party game. So I heard other voices here. So we'll see how that plays into this. Yeah, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, good evening, Mastani. Welcome. Good to see you. Welcome back. We're about to start Six's VODs.
Oh, do I have to type that? I'm ready, yeah.
Okay.
So Six is going right now.
Hello, my name is Perito, and my talk is... As your lawyer, I am legally obligated to tell you that jail is the actual worst.
So this looks like... Wait. Is this... Hold on. This might be partway through a longer stream. Maybe that's what this is. This might be partway through a longer stream. Oh, that's me. Let's see if this is... Oh, wait. This was also 5 days ago. Is this one long stream?
I have so many fucking windows open.
Is this one... Okay, so I see this was 5 days ago. I'm trying to find the thread here to see if this is like a thread of a longer stream. 6 days ago. Was this, or did it just start? Let me look at the start of this one really quick. Okay, so let's start with this one because I see a starting soon screen. We'll look at this one because it has a legit starting screen. So, let's look at the scene composition for the starting screen. We got a good... I like the vibe of it. I like the starting soon look. We're using this looks like the same SixEyedBear image that Six uses on the on the profiles. For your eyes only, that's cute. Right.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so I hear Discord.
Okie dokie.
So for a minute there, I totally thought that was my Discord. I briefly panicked. I was like, "What? Am I sitting? Am I sitting in a Am I sitting in a voice channel that I didn't know about? No. Capped Oz is like, I did too. So let's talk about starting screen really quick. I'm gonna say the things I usually say and move right on. Consider keeping your starting soon screen very short. Six did a wonderful job here. I think it was roughly a minute. It was roughly a minute. That's really good. That's better than most people. People don't like to wait too long if they browse to your stream. I talk about this all the time. Kept Oz was like, Kep's like, who's in this channel? I had to look at my Discord very quickly. I was like, how is this possible? Did I join a did I join a voice channel that I was not aware of? All right. So great job on the time spent on this screen. It was really quick, so that's really good. Timers are always nice here, or in Benny Fitt's case, yesterday we looked at his channel. He did a loading bar, which is really good. You were browsing through Discord at the same time and you thought you accidentally joined a voice. Yeah, I was like, maybe I joined a voice channel earlier today and I didn't know. So really good though, you kept it at a minute.
Okie dokie. Let's see. Hi everybody. Tonight we are going to be playing Jackbox Party Pack 7. I think it just came out either today or yesterday. So let me get that chat open. Hey Mac! Yay, Jackbox times! But yeah, I'm gonna get that started and let's do it.
Okay, so opening.
Alright,
Opening was really quick. I mean, I'm sure Six might have been under some kind of slight time crunch here, mainly because other people might have been waiting on honor. But what I normally recommend here is a little more time getting settled and saying hi to chat. But that's also dependent, one, on the streamer and two, on their chat. If chat isn't really active, which at this point, you know, it looks like went live for about a minute. No one's really on yet. So, which I totally get. That's actually part of the problem with if you instantly go live, then people don't have time to really get on. So what we'll probably see here is people filtering in over the stream, especially in this first, I would say, first 30 minutes to an hour of the stream, people filtering in. One advantage of letting your starting soon screen go a little longer, which normally I say go for 3 minutes, right? Go for 3 minutes and then start your stream. However, in this case, you know, when you go live and you only leave a minute, there won't be much chatting going on, which does mean you kind of have to force yourself to jump either more into the content that you're about to play or create, or you monologue it for a while until people show up. In this case, it looks like Six was probably, you know, joining a game with other people and wanted to kind of jump right in, which totally makes sense too.
I'm gonna go and get a room started. Do you guys have a link to my Discord? Oh, Discord, my, what's it called? Twitch. That's what it's called.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm already here.
Perfect. Let me turn down the volume a little bit so that I can hear you. Excellent.
About it.
So I'm gonna make sure to put the room code in Discord General as well, so if you guys can get that open.
See if I can rush through that.
Perfect. Just want to go from the top?
Yeah, why not?
Quiplash.
Where did you put the code again?
So one
we're
thing
gonna
I
put it
would
in
point
general.
out, is because you are in a Discord call or like a voice channel chat, voice channel chat. One thing that is really helpful during these streams where you have other people talking is adding the Discord overlay to your stream. And generally what that does is it has a list of users in the voice channel and indicates when they're talking. So as a viewer, I have no context in terms of who is in your voice channel and who is talking, or the number of people in there even. And so it's part of their streamer kit. Streamer kit. I think it's discord.com. That nope. Discord here. I always forget where it is. I should really bookmark it. Discord.com. But they do a streamer kit where here we go. Resources. There it is. Stream kit. Sorry, there it is. Discord.com/stream kit. Thank you for that, host Capt Oz. I do appreciate it. Discord does this thing called a stream kit where if you go down to like OBS or XSplit, you can click connect. And then it has you log in, I believe. Actually, can I log in here? Install for OBS. So basically what it does, oh, I think it totally did that, didn't it? I'm gonna say, I think it joined a room. I don't think it did. Okay, cool. So what you could do here is you could pull up a Discord server that you're on. You could say, you know, you want to click voice widget first. Then you pick the voice channel that you're in. So in this case, you know, you're seeing mine. So I have like a channel called Chill and Chat. You could select that. And then you have a couple other options here, like show speaking users only. You could do small avatars, which shrinks the size of the profile pictures, or you could even hide the names. And then you could tweak the text settings, so color and size, things like that. But what this does is once you've configured it the way you want, you can copy this link, and in Streamlabs OBS or OBS Studio, you can paste this browser source and it will appear on your scene in your overlay, indicating who is talking and when. So when you are in one of these party chats, voice chats, it helps give context to your viewers on who's talking.
Gotcha.
Remember to go to
Of course, you'll want
checkbox,
to clear that. You'll want to clear that, of course, with the other people in your voice chat. You want to have that discussion with them beforehand, which I assume you already to some degree had that, saying, "Hey, I'm streaming the voice chat." So Discord also has an option for that. It's their overlay. I don't recommend it, only because if you do it this way, you can move that source anywhere you want on the screen. But you could. There's an overlay that you can turn on, and it only lets you decide between the corners of your screen, and it pops up in the corners in the game. So or in the source of whatever it is you're playing. That is a much easier option, but I would say there's less control. So certainly in a pinch, if you just need it, you can turn on what they call the Discord overlays in your settings. Or you could hit up their stream kit, streamkit.discord.com/overlay, and easily do that. But yeah, no, you're correct, Captain Oz. There's definitely an overlay option. So
Love.
Yeah. Oh, I should do that too. Jackbox.
Because that's where we'll play.
Yeah. My name is Six. Full screen mode, audience on.
So we're gonna watch, and I'll just comment
Motion
on
sensitivity.
what's going on.
Subtitles.
Subtitles are nice.
Room code hiding.
Benny Fitz, good morning, sir. Actually, I was going to say this.
I'm not
It's funny that she turned that on there, because I was going to say, as usual, and I recommend this. Actually, I don't remember if I mentioned this during Benny's. You're late. Hey man, welcome. No, it's all good. Good to see you. Uh, captioning. Captioning is always good to do on your streams. More and more people are starting to do it. It's certainly an accessibility thing. I think every stream should have some form of closed captioning. I don't really have a personal preference on how you do it, although I think it's very important. You can do it a few different ways. As always, the easiest way is if you go in your extensions as a streamer, you have an extensions link in your dashboard, and you could search for closed captioning. There are various options available to you that allow you to do closed captioning, and they do it in usually one of two ways. There's actually kind of three ways that you could see it. So the first and most common way is the extension does all the work, and what that means is it places itself on top of the video as an overlay option, and usually the viewer has the ability to click and drag that wherever they want, or they can click and hide it or make it reappear. That one's kind of the nicest version of it, but the problem with that is it's generally not saved to the VOD. So it's only good during the stream itself, but it's not good during the VOD, but it's customizable and you can like move it around the screen, which is typically nice. You have the extension, but man, I wish XSplit would finally add the ability to send to a CC channel. Yes, I agree with you on that, because I feel like that's the best way to do it. Which leads me to number two. Some of these closed caption options simply create a source, like a essentially just a source for your broadcast software. So like when you drop an image or you drop your webcam in, it would be just like one of those sources, but you could drop it in your overlay, and then you as the streamer can move it around and put it wherever you want. That's option 2. Option 3 is the one that I prefer, and this is actually the same thing that Benny Fitz is referring to in the chat, is something that broadcasts directly to the closed caption channel. If you are not watching it with closed captioning right now on this stream, I have a closed caption plugin in OBS that broadcasts directly to the closed captioning option of the player, which means viewers can turn it on and off. It's the least obtrusive. I agree with you on that, Benefits. And what's really great, the main reason why I really like it, in addition to that, is it sticks around for VODs. So if someone comes to my channel later, or they miss a stream and they see a VOD from today, they still get closed captioning. They still get to see what kind of lunacy occurs when I'm talking. Although, again, most of these closed captioning tools are not perfect, but they get pretty close. Sometimes I like to watch my closed captioning to laugh at how it interprets some of the things that I say. So, this is an important thing. I don't talk about this much. I don't talk about this much in terms of closed captioning, but I need to remember to, which if you guys can find a solution, please do. It's people will appreciate it. People who, aren't able to, hear due to disability, or just are in a position where they can't hear exactly what's going on. Maybe the volume has to be low. They could watch you with closed captions. Hey Turtles, good to see you. It's only missed 3 of the past 100 or so words. That's pretty good, right? I feel like so the tool that I use, they recently updated, so I feel like it's gotten slightly better. Oh man, I Have Many Small Turtles has redeemed Join the Mojo Makers. For those of you who don't know, you're earning channel points as you watch my channel. And I think Twitch says like the average viewer earns over 200 points of hour of watching. You get 300 points just for following. But if you spend 10,000 of them, I'll add you to the list of who I call Mojo Makers in my panels. I will do that after the stream. Thank you so much, Turtles, for redeeming that. You joined the short list of elite people who've watched me for an incredible amount of time. So closed captioning, super important. More streamers should do it. I know many people are. I think more should be able to. It's people appreciate it, and I like being able to offer that as something that, you know, if you can't have the volume on or you simply just can't hear, this is a good option for you guys.
Ends up coming in.
So let's get back to the video. Six is configuring a game of Jackbox.
What?
We may leap forward a little bit here.
Interesting. Cool. I can secure it that way. Nice. And extended timers. So if it prompts you for a password, it's gonna be this. Make sure to hide that from the screen as well. Play. Whew, I am excited. Alright, so that's the password, and the room code will be...
Okay, I'm gonna go forward a little bit.
God, this sounds like cartoonish. It's pretty wild.
Tacos. You already have a bunch of cool dogs.
But I want more cool dogs.
It's very quiet. It's very quiet. Even...
I honestly couldn't think of anything to put. So I was just like, fuck.
Even with a voice chat, it was a little quiet.
I'd read it.
Yeah, a little fuck.
Now that round one is a distant memory, let's move on to the scores.
Alright.
So if round one was an appetizer, round two is a substantial meal. Double the points, double the indigestion.
So...
Oh, yep. I always forget I need to turn that off. Alright. Oh.
There isn't as much commentary as I would expect. I know that, you know, Six is in a voice chat with friends as well, and it's oddly quiet. I know they're answering. This is a moment in the game where they're putting in their answers, but there's not a lot of chatter going on. It's very quiet.
Hats off to you. Well, fortunately, I have flowers ready this time. Oh, ow.
And now it begins.
So yeah, I expected more chatter here, I guess. I mean, I know people were entering answers. This is actually a challenge when streaming one of these party games. And actually, I expected a bit of a different version of this challenge. Normally, what I expect is everyone's talking. And actually, I was kind of hoping to capture a moment when everyone was talking and to see how Six navigated that. But in this case, and maybe it's the nature of this mini game, everyone was very, very quiet. And so there wasn't really a lot to listen to.
What you would expect to see on cable channel 1 million.
And actually, let me back up slightly, because this is actually kind of an interesting point to make, right? Let's sit through the duration of the timer, and just sit here with me, and let's see what we can hear and see and capture. So 90 seconds. Let's sit for 90 seconds and pretend we're a viewer of this stream.
Oh, yep. I always forget I need to turn that off. Alright. Oh. hats off to you. Well, fortunately, I have flowers ready. So. Oh, ow.
And now it begins.
So, we sat through 90 seconds. That was kind of tough to watch as a viewer. Mostly because there wasn't a lot for me to engage with or listen to or really do. So what I would recommend here is, again, I know this is tough while obviously you're playing a game, you're having to enter some answers, but, and this is actually one of the most challenging things I think about streaming this particular type of game is, what do you do with these downtimes, right? When you have a 90-second timer and people are entering, answers. Like, what do you do as a streamer to keep yourself engaged and out there and your chat listening to something? Because I don't think as a viewer, I would want to sit there in mostly silence. That's a tough one. Some brief commentary is always good. You know, you could mute yourself in the voice chat and think out loud about what you want to write, or even read out loud the prompts to the chat if you're okay with that. I mean, I know your viewers might be in the stream too, so for the sake of some kind of game related secrecy, you may not want to do that, but you can, if that's even the case, you can make commentary, right? You can make commentary on what's going on. You're like, oh, you know, this question's pretty tough. Or you could say something along the lines of, you know, I'm gonna go for a really random answer here. But some of the similar rules apply when you're talking about how to fill that silence when you play games in general. Some of the same rules apply here, where you're either going to think out loud or maybe narrate what you're doing or considering. That's when you say, you know, hey, you know, don't mind me, for the next 90 seconds, I'm going to be coming up with some weird answers, right? But fill that time. What I would like to do is see the results of this and then maybe jump forward to another moment where we have another opportunity to maybe deal with that.
Channel 1 million. Have at 'em.
So again, there's a timer to vote. This is where you do commentary, right? This is where you do commentary on the choices that you can make here.
I did a second on that one.
Future. Oh god, Rita.
Let's see how they handle.
There's a lot of silence so far.
I still have 6,000 points.
I clearly need to get more stuff to entertain you with.
Here's the fun part. Pick your favorite.
Oh, both.
So here's
100%
where I would, you know, if this were me in this game, this is the stuff that I would read out loud and yell about, right? You know, so if this popped up and I was playing this game as a streamer, I'd be yelling. One thing that is a heck of a lot harder to do if you have diarrhea, and then I would read the answers, right, that my friends have entered. So the splits or exist, and then I'd offer some kind of you know, thought on that here.
Yep.
I feel
again,
like,
let me caveat this with the fact that I know she's in a voice channel, which makes it a little harder. I mean, it's a little harder because you can't directly always talk to chat, but here's the but here. You can still be talking to your friends, and that is still something. There's a difference between playing a game with your friends and streaming a game that you're playing with your friends. And so what we're seeing more is, I think, playing the game with your friends, which is awesome, but the act of streaming it requires a few different things, which means making it more watchable, which means reading out loud the things that are going on or making more commentary about it so you can make your chat feel included.
situationally,
Oh, come on. Oh god.
Quiplash.
Let's see.
And
They
now,
got more hats off to me if they got
the
more
weirdest
flowers.
thing to discover after coming out of anesthesia.
I'm just gonna be covered in flowers by the end of this.
All right,
Vaguely at
These are
2020.
great. These are great answers. So the weirdest thing to discover after coming out of anesthesia, gestures vaguely at 2020, or they mixed you up with a sex change patient. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, man. Here's the thing. This is perfect time
Why do
for
I feel like I know
commentary.
who wrote the other one?
This is the perfect
was
time to even get the chat, like to prompt chat and say,
Next
"Hey,
on
look,
the
chat.
docket.
What do you think is the answer here? What would you vote for?" Obviously, the audience can vote. You could even just straight up ask, "Hey, what'd you guys vote for?" Because holy crap.
I know it's not pretty obvious. I got it finally. It's pretty obvious which one I picked.
I'm trying to remember. Is that specific ding when you turn on or off your mic? Is that what that's from? I'm trying to remember. Is that when you turn mute on or off? That's always a tough thing. Is Discord sounds are distracting. If you have it set, you think,
let's see the next
because
one.
it's a little distracting to hear all the beeping.
Fabulous way to die.
I'm trying to remember the best way to configure that for a stream.
Time to pick the
Dating
one
is
you like best.
I mean,
Oh no!
that's so specific.
But that's more of a Discord problem and not a Six problem.
Oh god, flowers are falling off my head because I don't have the face.
You were the other one, didn't you?
Push to talk is always a good option. Yeah.
Of course you did.
Agree. Yeah, you turn up. So here's the thing, Benefits. My notification sounds are off. So like, especially when I do those things, I don't do them very often, but when I co-stream with friends, I kind of try to eliminate as many of those secondary noises as I can, because you got to think about all the different things that are making noise right now in a stream, right? The game, me, my friends. Like you need to eliminate the things that don't really add to it. So what I would do it turns into a problem off stream, but the audio channel is golden and should be the least fussy part of your stream. Yeah, hearing the beeping, the on and off, is distracting. So we're at another
E at the same time. E at the same time.
We're at another 90 second window. I just like to hear how it goes in terms of engagement and chatting and making this, trying to keep things watchable. So let's sit through this one quietly and see what we can hear.
I don't even know what to put for this. I wasn't paying attention.
All right, turtles, have a good night. Yeah, actually, I was going to cover that after we do this part here. I was going to do some more on the scene design.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I fucked that one up. Let me see. Alright, can you guys see the Discord stream?
Okay, it's time.
No worries, Benefits. It's all good.
It
So-
should be right over my name.
The
It'll say
three
live.
rules of
So we definitely, you know, it was another quiet 90 seconds, which is really tough. Again, I know that you're trying to fill in the blanks or you're trying to answer these questions, but certainly makes it kind of awkward for people who are watching the stream. They're kind of waiting. They're waiting for 90 seconds or so. Yeah, we'll talk the about the marquee, which is really good. I actually had jumped right in
Making
and had
money.
forgotten
That way you
to
guys can
like
watch
talk
it as well.
about that right away, but I was looking at this too, and actually that speaks to some stuff I've been seeing on Twitch lately, which is fantastic.
Blank, blank.
Yes, yes.
Oh, so much better.
And
Oh
now,
my
pick
God.
your favorite.
Oh. Oh yeah, I did this wrong 100%.
Oh no.
Oh.
Capitalism.
Yup.
Well, that'll
Break the
teach
law,
me.
get paid for it.
3 Zoom backgrounds.
yep.
Nobody.
This is very topical. The
topic,
the
though.
game prompt,
Damn.
very topical. Look at that.
Okay, everybody, pick your favorite.
I want to welcome you guys who are just joining us. If this is brand new to you, we are actually doing what we call stream reviews in the morning, where I work through various people's channels who have submitted them for review, and we talk about the things that they're doing great and the things that they can improve upon. So we're currently looking at SixEyedBear's channel. This is a stream about Jackbox games, where she's playing the newest one. What I'm gonna do is I think
Ooh.
And now it's time to vote.
I'd like to scrub further ahead to a different game, just to see if there's anything we can
Oh, I did
notice.
trash. Also, for those watching my stream, does it help that you can see my tasks so it's a little bit more entertaining?
Okay, so this game actually, I've seen this before. This game actually forces the players to talk to each other on occasion, to communicate. So I would like to hear how this goes.
Yeehaw.
And I'll tell you now, playing party games like this can actually be one of the hardest things to stream for a few reasons. Mainly because you're going to be distracted. You're going to be staring at this game on your phone or on your other browser. You're going to be yelling at your friends. It leaves little room to engage with the stream if you're already doing all these other things.
Hey, Hawk, we need you. We can't take the picture until you guys are here. I don't know. It's somewhere on the menu.
Should be near the top.
It should say, okay, Hawk.
Alright, there we go.
Who's Hawk, by the way? Is Hawk even in chat?
By
Chat?
the way, if you want less
Hawk, whoever you
hand-holding,
are.
can turn off
Hawk is
tutorials
in
in the
chat.
settings menu.
Hawk,
Fair warning,
please.
though, you will miss me.
Oh no! There we go. Oh shit! Don't move your cursor. Everybody just hands off. Yay! Good work, team. Fuck you, burrito.
Fuck you.
Dude. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
So these mini games look difficult. So one thing to note is, yeah, it's certainly hard. It's certainly hard to narrate or commentate on the things that you're doing because you're playing this game, and it's certainly really
This is your fault.
it's really difficult. It's really difficult. It does seem like this is a harder one to stream.
This threshold.
Can't believe anything it says.
Work together to finish as many high-scoring tasks as you can before time runs out.
So actually, and now's a good time to talk about it because Benefits reminded me of it. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at the layout. It's a nice clean layout, which I really like. I really like the design for the camera frame. And what's really cool here is the marquee that got pointed out earlier. So if you can see down below, there's her logo of the six-eyed bear. but coming out of it on each side is a marquee going in the opposite direction towards the outer frame with recent subscribers and recent followers. That's very, very cool stuff. And actually, if you look around and poke around Twitch more, you're going to start seeing more of this style of overlay and webcam on streams. I think it's fantastic. A lot of people are opting into this much simpler interface for showing their recent engagements with their channel. In this case, it's subs and followers, but I really, really like it. I do think the design here is really awesome. I really think the design here is really awesome. So that's certainly, it looks good. It's nice, but you think it's hard to see. It's certainly small. This one would be hard to read on mobile, I think. If I was pulling this up on my phone, it would be a bit more difficult to read, for sure. What's interesting, and I know it's probably just for the movement, which is interesting because it is a marquee and it just keeps moving. If you want to maintain that movement, what you could potentially do, you're going to recommend a block font in there at a medium weight. Yeah, I was going to say that the actual weight of, yeah, it's very small. I was going to say in terms of movement, maybe you could list subscribers here, recent subscribers and recent followers, to make more use of that marquee. Because right now it's just showing, I believe, the most recent. That light font is a problem even at larger scales, for sure. I agree with you on that one, definitely. I agree with you for sure. I like the notion of this. I like the idea of this. This is really good. There's some slight tweaks to it that you could do to increase readability. But yeah, something with more weight would be ideal here. In a slightly different font.
Evil when they drop them off.
Okay.
We are disappointed to report
champion character. They'll be equipped with 2 tools, a pen for drawing and a thick marker for coloring in. Once a character is drawn and named, it can be submitted. The timer's been set. Off we go.
Oh god.
Is this a game where you create 2 characters that are make up the better fighter? Is this a game like that? Am I understanding this correctly? And you decide who's the better fighter?
I mean, that's standard for you.
I think this is an incredible take on that idea, though, where you have to draw it. That's really cool.
I am horrible.
How has no one done this before? I don't know, man. It's pretty awesome, though. The idea is pretty great.
It's unique skill set to create what they hope is a worthy challenger. Let's
I just drew a monstrosity.
Mine was underwhelming.
Ask me a question.
I want to see the fighters. Here we go. What's great is they have to name it too. Camped Up looks fun though. I can't wait to play this.
2, 1.
Oh no.
Too slow.
Oh.
It's time for the main
Good
event.
thing fast enough.
Here comes our first brave warrior. And in this corner we've got
Oh my god, this is so horrible.
Stork of all evil.
Let's see who is the champion of the parallel universe.
Okay, that's not bad.
You're playing this pack on Saturday? Yeah, this game looks fun.
Is that all she wrote?
I'm looking forward to playing this with some friends. With some friendos.
Oh, come on.
To the underdog.
Oh. Damn it.
I mean, everyone in the parallel universe is evil. I mean, it's,
It makes you feel better.
I imagine the audience votes on who the winner is, right?
I've never
Very
seen a
cool.
response like this.
Wow, y'all.
the hell?
Sweet
I love
The
how
champion of
everybody that
goofballs.
votes immediately goes for the one where the kid is getting eaten.
Hey, Kaylin.
This is great.
How the fuck did what?
It's decision time. This has become a one-sided match.
Oh my god, that evened up quickly.
I'm not 100% sure of what's going on here.
I would have voted
I
for
think this is voting. This is voting phase.
the tree to eat everybody.
That's what it looked like.
Now that there is teamwork, folks.
Oh no, the fuck? How did the how was that even possible?
Moving on.
Commode command.
Oh my god.
Sam will be the champion of gruesome.
How did you both make a poop one?
That wasn't even prompted. They both made a poop
I don't even know
monster.
what I want to pick on this one. I feel gross.
That's pretty amazing.
Here's the next contest. The champion of what you will look
Oh,
like
no!
in 5 years.
Oh.
Here we go.
I don't think they're prompted with a category.
Losers.
I mean, they are prompted with a category, but I think it's what you just heard. Maybe. I don't know. I think it's actually... It strikes me as randomized, these categories.
We are playing, God, what is this game called?
Champed Up.
Champed Up, and it is awakening things in
So
me.
this is good. This is actually the first time, and you know, part of this I'm going to credit to not as active chat, but this is good that we're seeing Six here kind of explain what's going on to the chat. I think this one has been a little difficult in terms of, you know, being able to play with your friends. There's probably not a lot of people here talking, but I do feel like the engagement can use some improvement, mostly of filling that dead air and talking at the audience. It sounds like you know, Six is doing a good job of, you know, playing with their friends, but it's not really landing as much as a viewer, right? We sat through 2 or 3 different phases where there's just a lot of silence. And again, I understand that it's difficult when you're trying to play, but you should also be trying to vocalize what you're doing, so your chat doesn't feel kind of left out of it, you know? They're not really I don't feel like as a viewer that I'm really invested, because I don't feel like there's a lot of commentary or narration going on here. So that's certainly one thing that I would recommend to improve.
I like how my guy is. Oh man, I wish I had Bob.
So quick commentary on this AFK screen. This is cute. Certainly nice. It feels a bit out of place given your visual style that you've already kind of produced. It doesn't quite all adhere together with what you've done. I mean, I like it, but it doesn't fit with what you got going on your banner and your other scene pieces. One thing I'd also like to point out, the Twitter handle is out of date, because we looked at this earlier. This is an old Twitter handle. She updated it recently, it looks like, so you'll want to make sure that's up to date too.
How do I change it?
The underscores are missing now now it's just one word, no underscores. Looks like Champed Up got most of the play at the very end there, which looks like a really fun game. Let me see if we can skip forward to the end and see if there's a closing of any kind.
Sorry.
Welcome to Talking Points. They told me I'm getting the best of the best, and that's you.
I think her stream goes offline here or something,
Create original speech titles for
Best
each
of
other.
the best.
because that explains the next stream where it starts off right in the middle of a game. So let me go back. Was that the one? This was the one we were just watching. So here, yeah. So it started from here, I believe.
I have so many fucking windows open.
It looks like it went down again too. This is only up for 3 minutes. Yeah, so this was one contiguous stream between 3
You got
VODs.
no freedoms. You have a roommate that you have no say over, and my God, don't drop the soap. As you can see, this person who's been re-entered into the workforce after being out of jail is very unhappy with their life. They're getting the shitty jobs because no one wants to hire them. They're depressed. They can't be rehired anywhere else. Their wife left them. I think that's a child. Never mind, they're not married.
Wow.
Why did this child go to baby jail? I don't know. Maybe they threw a tantrum. Maybe they didn't drink their milk. You know, there's a lot of reasons why a child could go to baby jail. Probably for throwing a tantrum though. That's like.
It's nice to hear more of her friends talking now because they, you know, they have to do these presentations. I'm gonna skip forward to see about the end of the stream.
Get a forward stream.
Whoa.
I guess.
I will catch you all later.
Okay,
Really?
so we're gonna wait for the end of the stream
Like bread smell from now on.
and then
Whoa.
see how Six closes the stream.
Hey, but at least none of us are in last place.
I
Yeah,
know.
Mac.
I'm in.
Oh,
Right, that was really
One
good.
about making up bullshit I'm really good at. So this and Quiplash.
yeah. No, and that word game.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and
New
sign off my stream. Thank you guys for playing with me tonight.
Of course.
Yeah.
Good games, everyone.
Have a good night, everybody.
Nice.
All right, everybody. It is time for us to go to bed. There will be no raid tonight, but I will catch you all later. I'm not streaming this weekend, but some of my friends are Siren Zero Song, Sort of Big Deal, Burrito Plays, Sinister Dreamer. They have their streams going on this weekend, I believe.
Yeah, I agree with
I
you,
should
Benny
be back,
Fitz.
During next week. I also probably won't be doing the flowers anymore, mostly because they
Party games in general are really hard to kind of judge.
Thank you for joining me tonight.
To judge
I
a
will catch you
streamer's
all.
content. The closing was fine. Although I would say this is the time to mention, you know, because you don't have a solid schedule, that I would mention, you know, turn on your notifications. Know when I'm streaming. Also follow me on Twitter. Call that out. Let's take a couple minutes actually. I mean, I agree with you on that. The art's nice. Phasmophobia is a little bit better for that. Let's peek at Phasmophobia for a minute and see if we could get some more. Wait, what's the quality is at 648p. Hold on. Is that what we were streaming at in the other one? Whoops.
Have to remember to move that over back and forth.
Yeah, the break screen is great. It doesn't really fit in with the rest of what they're doing, but I like the break screen. So one note on the quality, 648p is kind of a strange resolution to stream at. It seems, I don't know. And it looks like that's also what's being streamed here on the Phasmophobia.
Go around and
So really quick, I don't want to touch on this too long, but I would stream at 720p if possible. I would look at your settings. We could talk about that later. Oh yeah, no, it's a total clever idea for sure. 720. So the source is at 648. Okay.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me.
I'll leave you guys to find the actual room.
Let's take a closer look at what gameplay is like in a non-Jackbox
I'm
game.
following. We go. I have
Let's
the
see.
camera.
Can
I have a
twice screen
thermometer.
Yeah, if I get a picture of your
Do
body,
you want to get
you'll
the
keep
upstairs or downstairs,
some
my
of your
dude?
stuff. Nice. Like, Yeah, this game was a lot more terrifying our first time around. God, I fucking died!
Yeah,
Ah,
648 is not helping the font on the marquee there. What I imagine is this maybe this is like a.
Minutes to walk around.
I'm not sure how we got to 648p. I guess is why I was trying to figure out.
Imagine a ghost that made things just super warm.
Ooh, like oh god, there's an actual ghost that does that in real life. I think it's a Geist. Oh shit, this room, I have EMF in the room that I'm in. EMF in the upstairs bedroom.
I got 12 degrees in this room. 11 degrees. I'm pretty sure this is it.
Here you go. I
got EMF again.
Inside there.
Oh, I heard something whisper in my ear in here.
You want to whisper sweet nothings to me? I'm special.
Yeah, by the way,
Oh no, I'm a virgin and vulnerable.
What is happening over here?
We're having an orgy to make the ghost angry.
This is how you get the ghost to react. We could all leave for a moment.
I require you to exit. Thank you very much.
Get out of my room. I'm playing Minecraft.
I'm gonna go get a book and stuff.
Your friends can be funny, Six. This is good.
X down.
10 degrees, nice.
Let's see. I'm glad you think it's hilarious. So long as
Well, I
it's
mean,
being entertaining,
nothing we
I'm
can
happy.
do if he gets killed.
God, I need to get back more into late night streaming because this is like my peak hour of energy.
Hey, look, that went to a 10. I was like, that's really high up there. He's by himself. Oh, that's.
Alright, guys, I did it. I made a manifest.
Nice. Did you get a picture?
Oh, did you see him?
No, I didn't have a camera. I had my wit, my singing, and my high-pitched voice as I screamed.
How much time do we have? Okay. Then I will not go in there by myself, but I do have the radio and a glow stick.
Yeah, I have a book, a sound sensor, and something else.
I mean, still like Jackbox.
I'm gonna jump forward a little bit.
Speaking of poggers, though, so I have I have 3 maps. I have an amateur roadhouse, an intermediate high school, and a professional farmhouse.
Let's do the professional farmhouse.
Ooh,
because the high school is just so big.
Yeah, because that worked out so fucking well for me last time, right?
Wait, was that a professional one?
Yeah.
Ooh, yay! I mean, I'm okay for
well.
dying on professional.
Yeah.
I haven't died yet, so I mean, like, go me. But I'm also like,
Mike, maybe stop running.
Careful. Fuck you. And the shoes
Maybe
you
do
walked in
something
on.
bold.
I did. I went out there. I'm done shit. Fight me.
I'm fighting.
We're gonna scrub some more here.
So it needs to end.
Are you guys okay?
I think the ghost was coming for me, because based on what you said, she just flew across the house at me.
Michael's alive. I'm alive.
Alright, yeah, no. Did I yeet my fucking flashlight? I gotta leave. That ghost was heading for me.
Michael, I thought you and I were gonna die, so I turned around to try to get a picture.
So when I heard that you said the ghost was heading towards the living room, I had just entered the house and I heard you say that.
It has to be a banshee.
Yeah, it's a
Goddamn.
banshee.
Okay. Yeah, I heard sirens too, like heavy.
Are you staying up, like Michael Salubri? Because I'm gonna host you.
Nah, I'm going.
But it's been fun.
I'm trying to figure out what time is it? It's 2 a.m.
All right, y'all. I am going to send you to Salubri. I'm going to begin winding down. Tonight has been fun. Thank you all for joining me. Tomorrow I'll be playing Jackbox at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Please join me. It's the new Jackbox 7. And I will catch you all there.
Alright, I'm gonna leave you guys and go find a random group of gamers,
All right, that gave me a better idea of not being a party game. That gave me a better idea of what Six is normally like when streaming, and I thought that was certainly a lot easier for her to be able to talk to stream, talk to her friends, and actually kind of provide what you'd expect in terms of commentary while playing those games. Again, I mean, it was another game where you were on a voice call, so it made it a little difficult to probably focus on chat as much. Although I did see some moments where you did say something to chat on occasion. Certainly this brings to light one thing that is certainly a thinking point when streaming games with friends. It's certainly about being able to still juggle that experience of playing with your friends alongside actually, being there and present for your chat and kind of still providing that experience of like, hey, I'm a streamer, I'm going to engage you in terms of how I'm playing or what I'm playing, and kind of opening that up to those that are there with you in the chat room. And so I think it's certainly the difficulty of that gets much higher the more you look at party games or games with friends, and I think those are all things that are completely doable. It's just a different frame of mind. It's more about balancing that gameplay against what you're able to do for your viewers, whether it's addressing them or answering questions, or being able to still make those comments and address anything that comes up as they comment on your gameplay. So I would say Jackbox is a hard one to review. I think that was certainly, I went with the most recent one. Jackbox was a little harder to review. Phasmophobia was a little easier to watch in terms of having to see how you play and narrate your gameplay and talk to chat. I would say that overall, it's just being mindful of how you can balance that against the game, against what you're doing with your chat. And so it's certainly harder. It's certainly harder anytime you play these games where you're either talking to your friends, having to engage with your friends just as much. That is a hard balancing act for a lot of people, and that just takes, I think, practice and mindfulness around, okay, well, looking for those moments where you can say something to your viewers, where where you can either comment on the state of the game or comment on something funny that one of your friends said. I would say in some of those games in Jackbox, there were moments where you guys could have been chatting with each other after, like when they are showing choices to vote on. But there was a lot of silence in there. Phasmophobia was definitely an improvement. There was mostly chatting amongst each other. So again, just remember to make comments to your chat, or make comments that are more indicative of what you're doing in the game, that takes you outside of just talking to your friends, but also engages chat. But overall, I like the design of a lot of your assets that you got. They look great. I think there's some minor tweaks that you can make to make the font stand out more on the marquee under your webcam. I think your overall presence is welcoming and warm. I think just talking more to chat will help it immensely. But that's what I've got. And certainly, if we want to look more at other games, if you want to like come back and we can look at more of your grounded playthroughs, which are a little bit older, but we could look through those and talk about more of the solo play experience as well. So I did want to see what it was like to review someone who is doing one of these games where it's a little harder to balance against your chat. And so I would say we learned some things in terms of like the difficulty level of interacting with your chat and playing these games. I stream Super Fight on occasion on my works channel, and I find it equally difficult to talk to chat nearly as much. But I try to fill that time with creating content, while I'm talking to my coworkers and the other people on the stream, generating more interesting moments that way, and that really helps. Even if you can't talk directly to chat as much, you can certainly talk, at the people in the game with you and still create that content. There's that simple job that actually requires more attention thing I was talking about yesterday. Yeah. A lot of attention. The more things going on, the harder it is to divide that attention.